Hello, I'm Andrew. I've just finished a conversion on this ICE Adventure 20 recumbent trike. I've converted it to single or one-handed operation. You'll notice everything's on the right side, nothing's on the left side. I thought you might be interested to see a little bit more about the detail of what's involved and how I've got it set up. So as I've already said, this is an ICE Adventure 20 recumbent trike. You'll have also spotted the motor on the front, so it's got an electric conversion as well, which I also did. That adds an extra challenge, an extra level of stuff that you need to accommodate all on the one side, because you've obviously got the thumb throttle, the switch and the controller for the electric motor as well. But it all fits and it all works just fine. So what I'll do now is bring the camera in a little bit closer so you can see the detail of the conversion and how I've got it set up. Okay, here we go then. I'll show you a little bit more of the detail. We'll start right at the bottom here with the parking brake. This operates a V-brake on the rear wheel, in case you're not familiar. This is usually on the left hand side on these trikes, so I've moved that across here so that it can all be done by the right hand. This is a T-cycle accessory mount. First thing we come to is the e-bike power switch, so you'll see the display power on there, and then you can go through the different levels of assistance there. Next thing is to do with the e-bike is the thumb throttle, which is just here, and this can start from from stationary, so if you haven't got the energy to pedal you can just use the throttle there like that. I've moved the mirror to the side, but obviously that turns around so the mirror is mounted into the end of the accessory mount. So this has a 9-speed rear cassette, rear derailleur, and this is the thumb shifter for that. It's also then got an internal geared hub. In basic spec, these bikes have a 3-speed chainring on the front, and so the other shifter would usually be for doing that. But the disadvantage with that is that if you are in a really hard, fast gear and you have to stop suddenly and then you have to start off again from a standing start, and the legs aren't quite up to it, then you're a bit stuck. The advantage with the 3-speed hub is that you can switch it while you're stationary, so you can either put the thumb across while you're still gripping here and do that, or you could actually steer it from this one and do that shifting there like that. Obviously all of these positions are completely configurable within the realms of what these different shifters can do and how they can be mounted. You can adjust the angle that this lever comes out at, but only within a set number of parameters, as in you can't go through a full 360 degree with it. And as well as where you want the lever to be, you've also got to think about where you want the cable exit to be, because if the cable's coming out to the side it can foul on the mudguards and all that sort of stuff, which isn't so ideal. I'm going to move the camera around again now because you can't see the brake lever from here, but we've done a little bit of modification with the brake lever. Right, so here's the brake setup. This trike has Sturmey Archer drum brakes. They're pretty good. You can also get them with disc brakes, as you probably know, but this one's got the drum brakes. And the usual setup would be the right hand brake on the right hand handlebar and then the left hand brake on the left handlebar. The key thing with stopping these is that they require even braking pressure on both sides to stop in a straight line, because you otherwise get skid steer. So what we've got here is a twin pull lever. So both cables coming in here, I think that one's that side and this one goes across the handlebar, then leaves it to come down to the left hand brake. What's nice about this lever is, as well as being able to adjust the cable tensions individually, you can also, you may just see it in there, it's also got a pivot inside to apply even pressure. You might also notice that it's got this locking mechanism, so you can actually lock the brakes on, so it can be used as a parking brake. So you may well ask, why did I bother leaving the other parking brake on? Well, the beauty of the other parking brake is that it acts on just the rear wheel, so if you want to move the trike you can just pick it up by its pannier rack, pick the rear wheel off the ground and still move it around, whereas if you use this as the parking brake you don't have that function because both front wheels are locked. You'll also notice this, so because it's an e-bike, it's good practice to have something to cut the power to the motor if you've put the brakes on. So this is a little magnet, this is a sensor. The original brake levers on this bike were the ones that came with the e-bike conversion, so they had the switches built in, but when we're swapping over it's a bit specialist to have a dual pull brake lever with the sensor. So this is the sensor, this is the magnet. As you put the lever on, pull the lever on, the magnet is moved away and so it cuts the power. So that's it for this video. I hope that was helpful. This little walk around the various parts involved in the conversion of this ICE adventure recumbent trike to single one-handed operation. I'll put links to all the parts that I used in the description. This is obviously for use with the right hand, but there's absolutely no reason why it couldn't all be on the left side for use with the left hand as well. The most tricky thing, the bit that took me the most time, was getting the cable routing right, getting everything nice and smooth under the seat so that you get the full steering arc without any catching on any of the cables. And also getting the cable tension right so that the trike can still be folded, which this one still can. If you've got any comments, any questions, anything you'd like clarifying, please drop them in the comments section below. If you like this type of thing, please subscribe. It means you get to hear about new videos as I put them out. For now, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.